Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are here. It is the big day. The Flower Festival has begun. We already know what all of the details are going to be, but let's just go over them really quickly just to remind everybody of all the bonuses that we are going to get. Let me see if they summarize them so we don't have to read this entire thing. There we go. Summary of bonuses. During sleep research, one Pokemon will for sure be hungry. Your dishes will be set to salads. Your final strength gains from dishes will be multiplied by 1.5 or 4.5 if you're lucky enough to get an extra tasty. And then a few Pokemon of different sleep types will appear during sleep research regardless of your sleep type for that day. That's the pseudo balance that we always talk about. And then certain Pokemon will be more likely to appear during sleep research, and you may meet shiny Pokemon, which means we do have an increased rate of shiny Pokemon. That is all the bonuses for April 28th, which is the final day of the event. The rest of the week is going to be slightly different, but not too much. So for today through February, wow, time traveling a little bit, today through April 27th. Again, for sure, one hungry, also salads, 1.5 times for all dishes, a multiplier of 3 for your extra tasty dishes, still the pseudo sleep, still certain Pokemon more likely to appear, and higher shiny rates. So the only difference between the rest of the week and the last day is that 4.5, it's 4.5, right? Yep, 4.5 multiplier for extra tasty versus 3 for the most of the week. Yep, that said, that's all we got. That's just a real quick recap of all the bonuses. If you want more, the banner is right there. But let's go ahead and move on. We've got 100 sleep points to collect, which is 3,367 total. And then for our daily lottery, we will scroll past the Flower Festival bundles, obviously now available. You have probably already seen those by the time this video goes live. We are going to grab one biscuit for our daily lottery, which is very nice. Very good, building up our supply of biscuits so that we are ready for when something really fancy comes along. Let's jump into this sleep report. Maybe we'll find something really fancy now. That would be nice. I feel like I've seen only a Dratini all week. That's the only new Pokemon that I've seen that spawns on Lapis. And that was like, what, Tuesday? Wednesday? I feel like it was so long ago, I barely remember it. But we did get a snoozing type today. You'd think I would have looked by now to figure out what snoozing and dozing and slumbering spawn at Lapis, but I keep forgetting to actually look at that. We are going to get about 55.3 million. Still not 8 spawns, only 7. Most of them are 1 stars, so maybe that's a good thing. Maybe. There's a couple of Meowth. Let's see, did we get anything new at least? Ooh, it's not new, but I'm very surprised to see it. So we did get 2 Meowth, a Wobbuffet, a Ralts, which is good. That's one that we want. Persian and an Espeon. Not gonna catch the Espeon. It's just surprising to see. Oh, we got a new Ralts too. All right, we got 2 Ralts. That's good. That means we have 2 chances of hungry. Hopefully, that would be really nice. This is the 3-star sleep style for Ralts, so I don't think that'll be everything. That'll leave me, yeah, with just the atop belly. The atop belly sleep for Ralts is all we're missing. All right. Who's hungry? No one's hungry. That is unfortunate. Apparently I fed the Espeon before. Not sure why I did that, but okay. Let's go ahead and feed the Ralts with the bonus biscuit. That is unfortunate. You know what? We need it. I think this is a good justification for using the biscuits. I know I keep saying I'm trying to stock them up, but this is something that we do need and will help the team, all the teams, really? On all the islands, not the Persian. No, back out. There we go. The Ralts. We do need a good Gardevoir. So I think it's worth it to do so. Max friendship points. The other Ralts. Part of me wants to try to catch this one too. You know what? Let's see. What do we have? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a big hit. That would be nice. Come on, buddy. Be really hungry. Nope, that is unfortunate. And awful. Well, that is unfortunate, but at least we'll be able to take it home with just a bonus biscuit next time. So, definitely, that is an adorable picture. Just hugging up next to the flowers. Definitely going to send out the Ralts candy. It is very, very beneficial for everyone to have a good Gardevoir. So, gonna send that out. We are gonna get 2,242 research XP and 4,767 dream shards. All right, we do have one Ralts, so that's good. It is level 14 in Jolly. Level 14 is also nice, but I don't remember what Jolly is. Apples and double corn. It is a skill specialist, but I will always take more corn. Frequency is looking kind of rough, so that might be bad for our nature. Ooh, ingredient finder to start off. Again, this looks different. Okay. I mean, it is more organized. That's fine. Skill trigger S. Skill trigger's good. Helping speed S, also good. Would be better earlier, but it is what it is. Inventory up L is good. Skill level up S, also good. So really, outside of the ingredient finder, these are all good sub skills, and unfortunately the ingredient finder is the first one. What about the nature? So the nature didn't affect the frequency at all. Let's see how this goes. This could be really good or really bad. Trying to remember what our other Ralts is. Our other one, I think, was only like 70 something, I believe. And what do we have? It's the psychic berry. I don't know, man. This one could be good, but it's going to take a minimum of 3 sub-skill seeds to really make it good. And without the nature to back it up, I don't know. This is going to be a tough one. I think I'm going to hold on to it no matter what. I do want to check and see what it would be if we did a bit of seed investment. Because worst case scenario is going to take 4 seeds. Odds are it is going to take 4 seeds, because odds are we're going to get ingredient finder medium before we get skill trigger M, helping speed M, and skill level up M. This is taking a little bit of time. No, it's still running. I think I'm going to keep it anyway for some comparison. Okay, 70 is the total PR. That's not terrible. What if let's just hit this fancy button that automatically maxes everything. That is 4 seeds. What does 4 seeds do for us? I assume at level 25 it's going to be, yeah, very high. Corn is good. Let's see. Oh, yeah, helping speed. Level 50 bumps it up to 96. That's really good too. I'm assuming the skill level up won't really change much, but it will be... Let's see, skill level up M is 2 additional levels, so that'd be energy for everyone. Level 5 naturally, which means we'd only need 1 main skill seed to get it to level 6. well, probably by the time we actually get to level 100, we'll probably have energy for everyone level 10 or something like that. So a few main skill seeds, which hopefully the longer the game goes on, the more available main skill seeds will be, because you can only reach a certain level with natural methods through sub skills and evolving. So we're definitely going to need a lot more main skill seeds as we go on. All right, we're already at 87. I'm not going to sit here and wait on 100. 87 is a big difference at level 75, and level 100 isn't going to make much of a difference. It's going to drag it down a little bit, just because skill level up doesn't increase the skill trigger rate. So it is going to drag it down a little bit, but 87's pretty solid. It's just a question of, do we want to invest that many seeds in it? And I'm not sure we do. Like I said, I am going to hold on to it, but I want to check the other one. Where's our other? Oh, we didn't have a Ralts. We had a Curlia already. That's right. Let's go ahead and let that run while we check. Skill level up to start with is really good. Helping bonus is very good. Skill trigger at level 75, and the ingredient fighter where we want it. So it would take less seeds. It would only take 2, honestly. 2 seeds. It gives a skill level up M and skill trigger M. It looks like it's trending worse. Oh, the nature. No, speed of help up nature is better. It's just going to take a while. The downside is, because this Curlia was caught as a Curlia, we're only going to get level 4 naturally. So it will take another main skill seed, but only 2 sub skill seeds, which is way better than the realistically 4 on the new Ralts. Yeah, that's a tough call. It looks like I've broken the site, as I tend to do, because I do too many calculations back to back. So I'm gonna let that run in the background while we move on, because yeah, I'm not sure how long that's gonna take. So let's go ahead and move on. We're gonna hold on to this Ralts. I'll compare the 2 of them, try to decide which one's gonna be better. I'm kind of leaning towards the Curlia, honestly, but having that extra level in the main skill for free is pretty nice. So gonna have to think on that one, but let's go ahead and move on. Let's grab our weekly summary. We are up to now 20% on the map bonus for Lapis Lakeside, which is fantastic. And we can go ahead and move on. Take care, Snorlax. All right, for week 39, we got to Ultra 4, which is better than we expected at the beginning of the week. Overall grade of A. Ooh, only 4 small handy candies. What happened? My sleep midpoint was just a little off a few days? Interesting. All right, well, unexpected, but it is what it is. It's what keeps the game fresh and exciting. We are going to go directly back to Lapis Lakeside, though, for the flower event. New area sound data will be downloaded. All right, that's fine. There are a bunch of Pokemon that are going to spawn here that I want. Plus, it's another 5% on the island bonus at the end of the week. This is where I want to be. This is the place. Of course, we have salads. We knew that. We knew that was coming up. All right, 100 XP for everybody. Another small ingredient ticket for the bag. And we have no new news, but we do have some community reports. We've got about 46 of them. 49. Ooh, fantastic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 out of 49 that doubled up. Very nice. Getting close to that 30%. No level ups today, but a lot of candy. Very nice. All right. And now we can go ahead and collect from everyone. Let's see. We have, good, a skill trigger there. Unfortunately, only got 1 skill trigger from Flareon yesterday. So that's only 2 for an extra 20. But Hopefully a lot of oil from the two of you so that I can put one of you back in the box and swap out for a berry specialist. Not as much oil as I would have liked, especially from the shiny, but it is what it is. Tons of potatoes, which is exactly what we need. And how about you, Beware? Only one skill trigger out of everybody so far. Interesting. A bunch of corn. Very good. Very, very good. All right, so let's get to making our breakfast. And we have, what do you say? What if I click on you? Okay, just reminding us of the bonuses. Strength gains will be multiplied by 1.5. Now is a fantastic time to level up dishes. So we are going to green grass salad. We have what we need to make it. We actually have what we need to make it a few times. Looks like at least 3. And the only thing holding us back is the tomatoes. That's fine. We can swap in Venusaur to get some extra tomatoes if need be. And for now, since we do have the extra space, I'm going to throw in 15 of these cocoa. They're a pretty decent filler. They will get multiplied by 50% because of the bonus. So it actually makes sense to use filler with a little more pizzazz to it. So we're going to make a chocolatey salad. And that's going to give us 28,276 right off the bat. Very nice. That puts our green grass salad at level 14, almost 15. Very, very nice. Come on. There we go. Plus 0 to everyone. I guess everybody is still at 100. That does put us at rank, probably what, basic 3? Yeah, basic 3. Already off to a good start, which is very good. That's what I like to see. Mission complete already, even better. Okay, so it is time to set our team for the, well, not for the week, but to set our team up for success for the week. We're definitely swapping you off of the team. We need, I'm just gonna put Beware there just for my OCD. And then I'm gonna put my berry specialist here, which this time around, let's see. You know what? I might need to hurry up and figure out what we're looking at with these two, Ralts and Curlia. Maybe. I don't know. That might be jumping the gun a little bit if I evolve one of them now. Yeah, let me do some thinking on that. For now, we want I believe you still outperform the other primate, so let's throw you on the team. For the salad, we only need the oil, the corn, the tomatoes, and the potatoes. We have a berry specialist there. Getting extra pot space is not actually going to help us much this time around. It's not going to add much to our dishes. Or, no, we do have to have the pot space to make the green grass salad. So yeah, we do want Flareon on the team because we need that pot space for the salad. So, okay, we can't take Flareon off the team if we want to make green grass salad. If we do take him off the team, the best we could make, we'd have to change the entire team, actually, if we did that. So let's not do that. Let's not take Flareon off the team. Yeah, we're gonna leave it as is. This is what the team's gonna look like going forward. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, now that everybody's working, we can go check out team analysis just to see what we think we're gonna be looking like. You can stay there, actually. You can stay there. Let's go ahead and expand all. Edit team. You are still only level 21. We're gonna get our Flareon on the team. I don't need that. Where you at, buddy? Flareon, there you are. Then Victory Bell. I might need to level you up. Yep, level 34. You are now level 35. You're actually 27. Not that this will really make much of a difference, but just to be thorough. Beware right there. And stop it. The filter options are nice, but I don't always need it. Shiny Toxicroak. There we go. All right, so currently we are looking at only Ultra 2. Okay, that's funny. But we do know how it went last time. Let's see, if we plug in, let's just say 28,000. I don't remember exactly how much it was. Yeah, does not really change anything. Today is, in fact, 22nd. It ends, yep, weekends exactly there. And we already have 28,000. So yeah, doesn't actually change anything. That's why I usually don't plug it in, because it usually doesn't change in the overall scheme. At best, you're going to get one extra rank. But we know how it went last week with a prediction of Ultra 1. We still ended up Ultra 4. If we keep up that same ratio, then we're looking at Ultra 5. And with the excess cooking, or the multipliers to cooking, we might actually be a little bit better off, especially if we can get a couple extra tasties. Didn't have a single extra tasty last week, so maybe that means this week will be full of them. Who knows? But that is the team we're going to run with for now. That is the expectation, is Ultra 2. Probably almost certainly going to be higher than Ultra 2, but that's just what we're looking at for now. Let's go ahead and grab our mission rewards. Get Snorlax to Basic 2. Done. Ooh, Snorlax to Master 1. That's going to be a rough one for me, but we're going to try. The rest all look pretty easy. Give us some Dream Shards. That's very nice. Another Dratini Incense at Master 3. Well, now we have a target, so we're going to try for Master 3. We didn't get it last week for the Dratini Incense, but we're going to try this week. May have to switch things up. I may need to not go for the green grass salad. Yeah, it's going to be kind of weird, but we're going to do our best. And I believe that is all I have for today. So thank you for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Y'all have a wonderful day. I hope you have great luck for the I can't even get my words together. Let's go. I hope you have fantastic luck for the Flower Festival. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on, what is today? Day 2 of the Flower Festival event here on Lapis Lakeside. And we are going to start off with 8,932 sneaky snacking and 5 free diamonds to go along with it. Very nice. Also, today is the first day of the Good Sleep Day event, so make sure to have your incense ready and your team set up if you are going to be swapping in any research XP bonus or sleep sleep XP bonus Pokemon to get some extra XP on your Pokemon today. If you're doing that, today is the first day. And then we're also going to start off with 100 sleep points, puts us at 3,467. I kind of miss saving up for the 20K to buy out the premium shop while I had it for free. But it's also kind of nice to be able to actually use my sleep points. We did get another 50 diamonds from the daily lottery. Very, very nice. All right, let's move on. Let's jump into this sleep research and see if we can get something interesting. It's been a while since we've had a shiny, but the shiny radar is not going off today. But it has been kind of broken lately. 9 hours, 26 minutes of sleep with about 14% dozing. Oh, only 5% dozing, 61% snoozing, and 34% slumbering. So that is snoozing type, but it's also pseudo balanced, so not Not gonna lock us into anything specific. Wow, snoozing does skew us more towards the Ralts. 10.9 million drowsy power to start off. All right, we're already doing way better than last week. I think we only had 7 million last week, so way better. Oh well, there are only 5. I was thinking it was very empty here, but I guess that makes sense if there's only 5 spawns in total. Ooh, well, we got 1 event spawn. We got 2 Igglybuff, a Jigglypuff, a Wobbuffet, and a Bulbasaur. I will definitely try to catch that Bulbasaur. Definitely going to be going for that. No Comfey, but I don't think that's surprising. I think I still have a ways to go before Comfey can even show up. Bulbasaur's hungry, of course. Oh! Oh, I didn't even notice. Oh, yeah, it is. It is a darker pink than that one. All right, well. We know what to do about that. First things first, let's... My shiny radar really is broken. Either that or I'm just thinking it's broken and that was my shiny radar telling me, hey, there's going to be a shiny today, and I just ignored it. All right, well. Let's go ahead and catch that then. 1 biscuit is all we need to feed a shiny. Guaranteed capture. Boop. Job done. All right. Very well. Very well done. With any luck, it will actually have some decent stats too. All right. Cool. It's not the shiny we wanted. We wanted a shiny Comfey, but you know what? I'll take it. And we are, yeah, we're definitely going to send out the shiny Jigglypuff candy. No reason not to. There's not really anything else outside of Bulbasaur candy that would be beneficial to anybody, but probably got plenty of that anyway. 629 research XP and 818 dream shards to go along with it. And we can go ahead and check out our new friends. All right, so we've got a level 13 in bold Bulbasaur, which is Honey Tomato. It's not exactly what I wanted. I would have preferred Potato at level 60, but at least it's Honey. Dream Shard bonus for level 10. Whoop. Others, Dream Shard bonus, inventory up L. I forgot they switched the layout of this thing, but that's fine. That's good. It is more organized. Skill trigger M. Where are we at? There you are. And inventory up M. Actually, not terrible. Not terrible sub skills, to be honest with you. We can only put 1 sub skill seed into it. We'll get level 3 ingredient magnet once we evolve it. So it's not bad, but let's see how the nature goes. Ooh. That's unfortunate. Total ingredient strength. Yep, that nature is really hurting. Really bad. Which sucks. Honestly, though, the nature is bad. But even though the sub skills are good, they're not in an ideal order. At this point, only 3 of them are even available. And they're not in the order that we would want to see. Honestly, if Ingredient Finder and Dream Shard bonus were flipped, that would probably make this one actually worth using for a while. Because the honey is what I really want. But 1 hour and 18 minutes. I know it's going to go a lot lower once we evolve it, but not that much lower. Even inventory up L doesn't give as much of a boost at level 25 as I would have thought, but that's probably because inventory ups are better a little later on. This one, I really wanted this to be good. Really wanted this to be good, but it's looking like it's not going to be super great. And it's not going to be it's not going to be good for Duran berries. The skill count won't be good until level 75. Unfortunately, sometimes we got to make some decisions we don't want to make, and this is one of those times. This is just not a good Bulbasaur, even though it's got the honey I wanted. The rest of it is not going to be beneficial, and I'm better trying to find another one with honey, because it is 50-50 shot, you know, on whether we get honey or tomatoes. So we just got to gamble a little bit more, catch more Bulbasaur, which it is the Flower Festival. Bulbasaur is one of the event spawns, so hopefully we'll get some new Bulbasaur throughout the week, but this is unfortunately one that we're going to send to the professor. Let's go ahead and move on. We now have the light of our lives for today, the shiny Igglybuff. Level 15 in Brave. I still can't believe it's actually shiny. It looks so close to the normal, but you know, when you compare it to the actual regular spawn that was on the screen, definitely shiny. Just didn't look like it. So we've got Honey Oil Honey with Sleep XP bonus. You know what? Let's go ahead and clear. Sleep XP bonus. Inventory up L. Helping Speed S. There it is. Inventory up S. That's redundant. Ingredient Finder S. This is not the best. Not the best. And Brave is all right. Not what we want. We'd rather see main skill chance up, but it's not the worst. Speed of Help is also good. Yeah, starting off really nice. But I don't think it's gonna get much better than that. I think unfortunately it's gonna drop down to about 60, 65-ish once we get to the Ingredient Finder S. But overall, when you look at the plus or minus here, it's actually not bad. It's slightly better, you know, about 10% better than just a true neutral Igglybuff, and then 20% better. Still 20.85% better, even though the score went down. So it's not bad. It's perfectly usable, but given that we already have a really good Wigglytuff, probably not going to be replacing anything anytime soon. The ultimate irony would be if I had caught this and it was like perfect, and then the whole time we've been hunting Ralts, this just took its place. At least for a while. Ralts would still be better, or Gardevoir would still be better, but it would have been nice if we could have at least used this one in the meantime. Still 66. It's taken a while to get the 100 finish. There we go, 64. So yeah, 64 PR. It's not bad. Like I said, perfectly usable, but probably won't be using it anytime soon because we'd have to invest in it to even begin to use it, and we have a better one. So it is just gonna go with a lot of my other shinies, just there to look pretty. But let's go ahead and move on. And we have boop, 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 boop. Well, if the game will load. All right, there we go. Another 166 sneaky snacking. We do have some new news I just saw. Oh yeah, I did see something about this. So we have the collaboration news between Pokemon Sleep and the Grand Hyatt Tokyo. This is really only going to affect people who are, you know, in or around the Tokyo region and or will be traveling there during the 1-year anniversary, but it's still cool. To celebrate the first anniversary of Pokemon Sleep in July of 2024, Grand Hyatt Tokyo will be presenting a one-of-a-kind recreation of the world of Pokemon Sleep through immersive stay packages, charming menus, desserts, and sweets. Check out the details below through the link. If the above link does not work, blah, 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 not gonna worry about that. Availability subject to change. For further information, blah, blah, blah. All right, like I said, it's a cool thing that they're doing, but it only really matters to people who are there or will be there at the time. Let's go ahead and see, what medal did we get? Number of grass types studied, 100, good for a small dream cluster. You'd think you'd get a little more than a small dream cluster for 100, but okay. All right, and for the community reports, there's gonna be about 48, 42, oh, way low, all right. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 that doubled up out of 42. So that's over 33%. Very nice. No level ups today. That's all right. We should have some level ups coming pretty soon. And for now, we can get into the real fun part. Trying to collect resources from these guys. I'm not going to collect from Victory Bell just yet. That's a good one. Got one skill trigger there, but very low. I don't think you have one. Nope. Primeape did not skill trigger this week. Flareon, on the other hand, I ended up with 6 skill triggers from Flareon last night. Yesterday, not last night. Throughout the entire day, we got 6. So that was quite a bit of extra ingredients that we got to put in the pot, but it looks like Flareon may be a little tired and maybe not trigger as much today. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully we can at least get the 3 to make the green grass salad. I did get 1 before bed last night, so missing the 1 now is not the worst. We still are going to be able to make the recipe we want. Unfortunately, just not as many ingredients as we wanted to put in, but still at least making the green grass salad, which should be about 22,000. Oh no, whoa, I was way off. 29,000. I forgot because it's such a high level now. So 29,000, now level 23. So we should be able to make over 30,000 just from the green grass salad. So 29,021, that puts us at grade 2 for sure. Looks like a little over halfway to grade 3. All right, let's go. Things are looking good this week. Yep, there we go. Get Snorlax to grade 2. There's another mission done, which we should have a couple of missions finished. None of the event missions yet. I forgot that we even got that Comfey incense. I could have used that last night. Completely skipped my mind. Anyway, let's grab these dream shards for 1,310. All right. And now I need to collect from Victory Bell before I forget. We did get a skill trigger there, so that's a very good one. That's going to be very good for our tomato and potato production for today, which is good because tomatoes are starting to run a little low. I'm starting to think I may have to put Venusaur back on the team. But one last thing I did want to go over. There was a slight error in yesterday's episode. In the team analysis, we looked and it said it was going to be, I think Ultra 2 was what it said. But normally I don't check this because it's done by default by the website itself. But apparently, if you click on this gear icon and you go to event bonus, for cooking, we should have a 1.5 times bonus because of the Flower Festival bonus that's going on right now. Normally, the event bonuses are turned on by default. It didn't turn on its own this time, so I had to go in and actually plug this in. Then once I did that, you can scroll down, you can see we're actually expected to be at Master 1 this week. Probably going to be a lot higher than that. Let's see, 154,759. Yeah, Master 3 is now the updated expectation for the end of the week. So make sure that if you are looking at this in team analysis that you go turn on the event bonus because it did get missed. I'm not sure what happened, but you know, maybe it was just a small oversight. But go ahead and turn that on so that you can have an accurate expectation for what you're going to be looking like for the end of the week. So that said, that is all I've got for today. Thank you for watching the video. Y'all have a wonderful day, and until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 3 here on Lapis Lakeside for the Flower Festival. The festival has gone really well for me so far. Not the greatest, but pretty good. You know, we got a shiny yesterday. We started off Monday doing pretty well. And we're starting off today with 6,264 sneaky snacking and another 10 honey. I do kind of wish they would rotate out, well, not rotate, but set those ingredients to random so you don't always get apples and honey. That would be nice, but maybe that's asking a little too much. And then tonight is, of course, the main night of the Good Sleep Day event, which means that we'll have 2.5 times drowsy power for tomorrow's sleep research and 3 times the XP for Pokemon that are on your team while you sleep. So make sure that if you are going to use your growth incense to do it tonight, today is the day for that. We did get 600 sleep points, which puts us at 4,067, enough to buy another Master Biscuit should we so choose, which we might so do. And for our daily lottery, we're gonna get a small ingredient ticket, which is good. I definitely need those. Those will come in very handy. All right, so let's jump into this sleep report and see if we get something interesting. Another shiny would be nice, but probably not gonna happen. We did get 9 hours and 16 minutes of sleep with, come on, 14% dozing, 45% snoozing, and 41% slumbering. That is the dozing type. Again, pseudo balanced, doesn't really matter, but 1.5 times drowsy power does matter. That's going to give us a pretty substantial boost. We might get about 25, 30 million maybe. We're definitely going above 30. 35.1 million, not bad at all. Again, still don't have a full 8 spawns, but 7 spawns is pretty nice. Which does mean hopefully tomorrow we'll get the 8 spawns. We do actually have 8 today because I did use the Comfey incense. We can see Comfey down there in the bottom right. And it looks like Comfey is the only new sleep type, or the only new sleep style we got. So we've got Jigglypuff, Weepinbell, Chikorita, Bulbasaur, Igglybuff again, another Igglybuff again, and a Dodrio for the funny atop belly. And we also have the brand new Comfey. Kind of wanted it to be shiny, not just because it's the 2-star. Not just because it's a shiny, but also because then I could just spend 1 biscuit to catch the only one I want and not have to worry about it. Because so far, nothing about Comfey is really standing out as something that I really need and or want. Just want it for the dex, and that's about it. Unfortunately, it's not hungry, which is even worse. Because I would much rather catch something else. And honestly, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not even going to bother catching or trying to catch it unless it's hungry, because I don't want it on the team. So I'm fine waiting. For now, I'm going to go ahead and lock in this Chikorita. And hopefully this will turn out better than the last one. I did want to try to catch the Bulbasaur too, but we're running dangerously low on biscuits, so I'm gonna wait. And then Dodrio I'm not super concerned with at the moment, so yep. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up there. We will Comfey is not even helpful for anybody, but you know what is? Chikorita and Meganium. So we're gonna send that candy out. I think this might be the first time they've added a new Pokemon, and I just don't really care all that much. But we did get 2,693 research XP and 6,344 dream shards. Very, very nice. Now we can go ahead and move on over and check out our brand new Chikorita with level 15 and Naughty. Ooh, okay. So we've got Cocoa Honey, and Leeks. And let's see, for the sub skills we've got, not as good as I thought it was going to be. Helping bonus is very nice. Dream shard bonus is okay. Skill level up M, kind of a waste. Skill trigger also a waste. And inventory up S. Yeah, this one is pretty bad. Pretty bad. As far as I know, the website still can't go to 100 for total strength, so we're just going to go to 60. And I mean, helping bonus is doing a lot of heavy lifting here, because let's be honest, dream shard bonus, not really helpful for total strength. I mean, skill level up, yeah, does help with total strength, and skill trigger will help to, well, the skill trigger is not even counted in here. Yeah, helping bonus is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. I think helping bonus skews the results so much that I'm honestly not even willing to consider this Pokemon. Personally, this Pokemon's like a 40 PR. In my own opinion. Helping bonus is nice, but literally none of the other sub skills do it any good. Also, I forgot to give it a nature, so maybe I'm just a big dum-dum. Naughty nature, speed of help up, which is good, but yeah, 99. Yeah, this thing's gonna rate it very highly. Don't get me wrong. Speed of help and helping bonus, very good. This would be something I would use if I didn't have one already until I found a better one. But helping bonus is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. I don't collect from most of my berry gatherers. This might actually be one that I would consider collecting from simply because its main skill will be level 5 with no seed investment. But ultimately, it's not really worth it to me to level this one up when I already have a Meganium. I'd much rather find a berry finding one. So this one is definitely going to the professor. Not gonna worry about it. So let's go ahead and move on. We did at least get to friendship level 10, so that means all of them going forward have a decent chance of having berry finding at level 10. So that's good. All right. No new news today. Nope, just the collaboration, but we do have community reports, about 47 of them. I'm gonna get it right one of these days. 46, ah! All right, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 that doubled up out of 46. Not bad, not bad at all. No level ups today. Feel like I'm saying that more and more often. All right, that does mean that we can now collect from our friends. I don't think I currently have a pod expansion from Flareon. I'm guessing that with the amount of effort Flareon put in on Monday, it took a break yesterday. I barely got the 3 I needed for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I got the last one like an hour before bed. So I'm hoping that we have a skill trigger here for breakfast. We did get 2 skill triggers from Venusaur and Toxicroak, and as you can see, Victory Bell's not on the team. That's because I needed a bunch of tomatoes. I was running dangerously low. Yikes, Aroni, no skill trigger there. That is super unfortunate. Okay, so now the question is, what do we do? We have the ingredients, but we don't have the pot space. We could make the contrary salad. That wouldn't take any ingredients from the green grass salad. But really don't know. That is unfortunate. I think I'm gonna do something I never do. I'm actually recording a little bit earlier than normal today, about a little more than an hour earlier than I normally do. So I think I'm just gonna skip breakfast for now. I don't think we're gonna do breakfast in this video. And I'm gonna try to get a skill trigger from Flareon before lunch and hopefully make the green grass salad. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I really need to clear out my box. But I am gonna put Victory Bell back on the team. We've got a decent amount of tomatoes for now. Hopefully Victory Bell can get more tomatoes. It's very good for potatoes, but tomatoes only kind of so-so. Yeah, we have 29, so we should be good for a little bit. I do want to get more potatoes in the bag. Man, honestly, you know what? Maybe let me look at one thing. Oh yeah, we definitely need Toxicroak on the team. We don't even have enough oil for 2 meals. Corn, we're running low again. We're starting to run low on everything. We might have to take Primate off the team just to get some ingredients going. That was weird again. Very nice. I'll take it though. Okay. Yeah, we might have to take Primate off the team for like a day if things get really dire, just to resupply on some ingredients. Yeah, things are looking good, but we definitely need to be cautious about how things proceed from here. So I'm still optimistic about potentially, let's see, today's only Wednesday and we're already at grade 4. What's Master 3? 850? Maybe not. Maybe I'm not that optimistic. We haven't got a single extra tasty yet, and that's really hindering us. But every time I make the green grass salad, it's 30k plus. So that's helpful as long as we can keep making it. Just gonna kind of have to see how things go. But yeah, that's kind of the boat I'm in right now. And that is all I've got for today. So thank you for watching the video. Y'all have a wonderful day. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 4 here on Lapis Lakeside with the main day, well, the main sleep research for a good sleep day this month. And hopefully that means that we're going to get something really interesting. But we are going to start off with 7,535 sneaky snacking and another recovery incense for the bag. We've got plenty for whenever we're forced to use some incense for a mission. Tonight is, again, drowsy power 1.5 times, the last night of the good sleep day event. So if you've got some incense that you want to use, now is the time. We are also going to collect 1,100 sleep points, which gives us a grand total of 5,167. And for our daily lottery, we have, a small handy candy. We haven't seen one of those pop up in the lottery for a while now. All right, very nice. Very nice indeed. And now we can jump straight into this sleep report. Hopefully with that times 2.5 boost, we can find something really interesting. Session 271, 8 hours, 53 minutes of sleep. Very, very little dozing. 2% dozing, 66% snoozing, and 32% slumbering. I was apparently very tired, which is of course snoozing type, but also pseudo balanced, so it's not that beneficial. It just skews more towards the snoozing. Let's see, I don't even remember how much drowsy power did we get yesterday, like 30 something. Oh, keep going 78.9 million. Very nice. Only one star sleep. Okay, ought to be some pretty interesting stuff. 3-star sleeps. I feel like we're gonna get a couple of new sleep styles today. Maybe not. We do have a bunch of sleep styles. All right, so well, that all went very quickly. So no new sleep styles actually. All right, so we've got Clefairy, Jigglypuff, Chikorita with a funny looking leaf on her face. Meowth, another Clefairy, Igglybuff, Ivysaur, and Dedenne. Interesting stuff. There is one in there that I definitely would like to catch, but it's going to be a tough catch. So this will be kind of interesting to see how this goes. Hopefully it's hungry. Not you. You are not the one I wanted to be hungry. I was hoping you would be hungry. Actually, we're already halfway towards catching it. All right, well, Chikorita's not hungry, but since you're here, we definitely have to try. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a big hit anyway. That would be nice. Nope, no dice. All right, so now I think I'm willing to feed it 2 biscuits. That way, next time it shows up, we're going to take it home for sure. And maybe we can find it again by the end of the week. With any luck, one of these will be a critical hit. Oh, it's full. I wasn't expecting it to be full that quickly. Well, never mind. So much for that plan. Yeah, unfortunately, there's only 2 other Pokemon. One that I really would like to catch, but I don't want to spend a bunch of biscuits to do so. We will almost certainly see another one before the week is over. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and wrap it up. Unfortunately, not taking anything home with us today, but at least we saw the Dedenne and got to feed it a little bit. Yeah, I think we're going to send out some Dedenne candy. It is more rare, so we're going to take the chance to actually send some out to people. I was thinking about the Chikorita, but we can always go back to Chikorita next time. 4,057 research XP and 6,292 dream shards. A very, very productive sleep research. Not bad for almost 80 million. All right. I do see we have some new news. Oh, we got big new news. Oh, okay. Event notice Entei research. All right. Perfect. Beginning in late May, so we got about a month, we will be holding the event Entei research. You can exchange samples of Entei main, same as Raikou, that you collect during the event for Entei incense, which you can use to research Entei's various sleep styles. Fire-type helper Pokemon will be particularly effective during this event, so we recommend raising your Fire-type helper Pokemon to get ready. Charmander line, Growlithe line, Flareon, and the Cyndaquil line. Is that really all the fire types we have so far in the game? Wow. I didn't realize they were so limited, but yeah, that is it. That's all we've got so far. We're also preparing some functions and rewards that will allow everyone, even beginners, to research Entei's sleep styles and befriend it more easily. More details and the event start date are coming in a later update. So, now we know when it's going to happen. Let's see. Let's look at the calendar real fast. Good sleep day for May will be, I think it'll be the week of the 27th. I think. Or no, it may be the week of the 20th. It's one of those 2 weeks for sure. So they're probably going to line it up, the good sleep day, with Entei again, just like they did with Raikou. So whatever, my guess is that whatever week good sleep day falls on will be the same week that the Entei research is going to take place. But the Entei research is probably 2 weeks long as well, because the Raikou research was 2 weeks long. So that ought to be pretty interesting, actually. But we'll just have to wait and see when they officially announce the date. But I really like that art too. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see when they officially announce it, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be probably both of those weeks, honestly. But let's go ahead and check. We have our community reports, 47 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 that doubled up. Nice. All right. Ooh, there we go. Shade, level 5. Welcome to the group. Ruonin? Probably mispronounced that, but welcome to the level 5 group. 2 level 5s today. Very nice, and that's good for 4 small handy candies. Perfect. All right. And now another 65 sneaky snacking. Let's go ahead and collect from our helpers. All right, skill trigger. Haven't had one from Toxicroak in a little while. And I guess Flareon was really exhausted from Tuesday because I only got 1 skill trigger yesterday. But that is the way RNG goes sometimes. Unfortunately, the gamble did pay off. I did get the extra, or not the extra tasty, the extra pot space about 10 minutes before noon. So it paid off. I was able to get that. But I didn't get a single skill trigger the rest of the day. So, yeah, lunch and dinner were not as good as breakfast. But let's see if we can change that today. Beautiful. All right, there's 1. That's all we need for now. And then where are we at? Victory Bell, I will take those candies, but we're going to wait to collect from you. I don't know why I clicked on you. You have nothing for me. All right. So let's get cooking. With any luck, this will be the one that we get extra tasty all week, just to help us make up some of the gap from yesterday. Looks like we might have to put Venusaur back on the team again for the tomatoes. Corn, we're still doing all right. Still making it. Yeah, probably gonna have to put Venusaur back, because we're back at the same point we were with the potatoes, where we have enough for 4 meals. So I think that's probably what we're gonna do. It'll be really nice if we can get a skill trigger from Victory Bell. No extra tasty. But yeah, if we can get a skill trigger from Victory Bell, it'll be a good time to swap in Venusaur. That way, when we do bring Victory Bell back, it will be at above 100% energy. But we are going to get 32,956 from this dish. If it went extra tasty, that'd be what? Like 150k plus, which would be a huge boon to my week. But it looks like it's not happening. Ultra 1, though. We have made it to Ultra 1, which was the original flawed prediction. Turns out Master 3 was also a flawed prediction, because I forgot to change the date. I thought it would just be automatically set to the end of the current week, but no, it changes. It's exactly 7 days out from wherever you are. I think the new prediction was Ultra 4 or 3. I don't know, 3 or 4 last time I looked at it. But with where we're at now, honestly, if we can keep getting these skill triggers from Flareon, we're definitely going to push past Ultra 3. We might be able to hit Master 1. Oh, that's a lot of tomatoes. Maybe Victory Bell's trying to stay on the team. Was that about 8 tomatoes? It's not enough. It is a good amount, but not enough. I think we still need to swap in Venusaur just to be on the safe side for those tomatoes. If I had realized it was going to be this difficult, I probably would have put Venusaur on the team last week to stock up some extras. But all in all, it's not bad. You have leeks and tomatoes, so I don't want you on the team. Yeah, I was checking to see if there might be another one that would be better if we just invested in it, but they're all so far away. You actually do have tomatoes. You also have berry finding and ingredient finder and speed of help up. I need to do a production comparison between the two of them. I don't know that I want to invest right now, because it's a lot of dream shards. I almost said stardust. Go me. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of dream shard investment, but let's see. It's worth checking into at the very least. Where you at, buddy? There you are. Okay, so hypothetically, if we get you to level 30 so that you can get extra tomatoes, how are we looking? I'm not worried about total strength. I'm only worried about the amount of tomatoes. 5 extra tomatoes a day. That's not bad. But are 5 extra tomatoes, because I'm only planning on Venusaur being on the team today, are the 5 extra tomatoes really worth the investment right now? Let's see. Just hypothetically, if we take this and put a sub-skill seed for ingredient finder M, an extra 10 per day, which would only be an extra 10 since he's only going to be on the team for a day. What is this? Is that how often it's expected? Yeah, I think that's how often it's expected to actually trigger in a day. But that doesn't make any sense, because oh, I see. Okay, I see what it is. I see. So, okay, cool. I don't think it's worth the investment right now, but particularly since it would take a subskill seed to get an extra 10 per day. But for now, we're just going to stick with the Venusaur. And then if there's a time where I just want a ton of tomatoes and I need something that's going to bring in a ton of tomatoes, I think that'll be the time we invest in that Doug trio, especially if it's for something on Tau Paulo. Honestly, for a Tau Paulo team, combining this Doug trio with the Golem for the potatoes, and then trying to get other ingredients from other Pokemon would probably be better, because then we're working off the favored berries. But that's something to worry about in the future. Long story short, we're going to stick with Venusaur for now. It's going to bring in enough tomatoes, hopefully, today that I don't have to worry about it for another couple of days. And really, we're kind of planning for Sunday too, because we're just going to make green grass salad all week. There's no reason to not also make that on Sunday. So I think we're doing pretty well. It's just going to have to keep an eye on the tomato and potato situation. Since we are getting a lot, we're just not getting as much as we need. But we do have some missions to claim the rewards for. We are going to get 5 Poke Biscuits and 6,000 Dream Shards. Almost like they're trying to convince me to spend those Dream Shards. Give out 15 biscuits for... I mean, that's a lot of tickets. But I don't know that I want to spend biscuits just for tickets. Especially now that we know the Entei event is coming up in a month. Don't think I want to get rid of biscuits at the moment. In fact, I think what I want to do, I think I want to go ahead and just buy one of these Flower Festival bundles, honestly. Get 5 biscuits, 250 diamonds. It's pretty cheap for biscuits. I've got 600. My supply of free diamonds is running low, but I think we can make them back. Also have a little bit of time before we get to the Entei event. And I either already have a good camp ticket, or I should be able to... Let's say, oh, wrong one. Those are ingredient tickets. Yeah, I still have a good camp ticket. I'm not super worried about that right now. We will need to make sure we have enough to get another one for Suicune if we don't come across one in another way. But yeah, I'm kind of excited that we can actually start planning for the Entei event. It's gonna be pretty fun. Entei is not my favorite of the beasts, but I do. You know what? That's kind of harsh. I love all the beasts, honestly. They're probably my favorite of the trio, the legendary trios. So I'm excited to get all of them, but I'm really looking forward to Suicune. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I am definitely ready to move on from the Flower Festival. It's been fun, but now that we've kind of done everything outside of finding an odd shiny, there's not really much for the Flower Festival for me, to be honest with you. Just kind of seeing how the rest of the week goes and kind of treating it as just a normal week on Lapis with a little bit of extra cooking bonus. So it is what it is. But yeah, I'm excited for Entei. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling about Entei event, if you think they're going to do anything different. It does kind of sound like maybe there's going to be a slight tweak to how things work, just based on what they said. I did not mean to hit the sleep button. We are not doing that now. But yeah, there may be a slight tweak to it. Maybe they learned something from the Raikou event that they didn't really like. But who knows? This is just pure speculation. Maybe I'm just overthinking it, as I am wont to do. But that said, that is all I've got for today. Thank you for watching the video. Y'all have a wonderful day. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 5 here on Lapis Lakeside for the Flower Festival. The final day of Good Sleep Day is now over. We are going to get 6,300 exactly sneaky snacking from our Primeape, who is doing fantastic this week. So far, so good. We're also going to pick up the last of the bonus sleep points from Good Sleep Day 600, which puts us at 5,767. And for our daily lottery, we have, let's see, a medium ingredient ticket. Nice. All right. Very good. That may come in handy. And then we can go ahead and jump into this sleep report. What did we get? Like almost 80 million yesterday, I think. So let's see, today is what is it, 1.5 times, I think. So we might get about 60, 70 million, somewhere around there. Maybe. 12% dozing, 43% snoozing, 45% slumbering. Looks about balanced to me. It is. So we got balanced on top of pseudo balanced. So this will be an interesting sleep report. Oh, 1.5 times. Yeah, no, I did say 1.5. Never mind. Yeah, so about 65-ish million, somewhere around there. Let's see. It should be right. Looks like we don't have a full 8. 65. Yeah, almost exactly right. 65.153 million. Not bad. Still didn't get 8 spawns though. Kind of weird. Kind of weird. You'd think for 65 million you would, but ooh, even better. Even better. Today is the day of the Swablu Altaria. All right. Now, with any luck, it will be very nice. So we've got a Swablu, we've got a Jigglypuff, 2 Igglybuffs, a Wartortle, and a Victory Bell. And then our new sleep style is, of course, the Top Belly Altaria. All right. I think that leaves just the 3-star. No, the 2-star as well. Okay. Never mind, I take it back. The Jigglypuff was looking a little weird though. Hungry Victory Bell. Hungry Igglybuff. Hungry Jigglypuff. And of course the hungry Swablu. So this is actually a really interesting mix of hungry. Well, kind of. Igglybuff, Jigglypuff are the same line. Doesn't really matter all that much. I'm not gonna worry about catching the Victory Bell. I would much rather catch a Bellsprout and evolve it for the extra level boosts on the main skill and the extra carrying capacity. So not gonna worry about that. I think for the same reason, wait, no, Wigglytuff is the healing one. Yeah, I think for the same reason, we're gonna go ahead and catch the Igglybuff. Are we? Or are we gonna be happy with the fact that we already have a decent one and maybe try to feed something else? I am just way too zoomed out, I guess. The game is not enjoying this scrolling I'm doing. Really, there is nothing else. I mean, I could catch the Jigglypuff because it's already friendship level 11, but that's not really worth a main skill seed. Yeah, we're gonna catch the Igglybuff. We're gonna catch the Igglybuff. And then of course we are gonna take home this beautiful golden baby chicken. This cloud chicken right here is going home with us. All right. Not bad, not bad. The Flower Festival has been good for shinies at least. At least we're getting that. And that is all that I'm gonna catch today. All right, let's see. You know what, Swablu? Swablu candy is actually pretty good for Altaria. Dragon candies are not a bad call for most people. Pretty sure everybody has plenty of Jigglypuff candy, so we're gonna send out and show off the shadowed shiny Swablu. A lot of S's there. All right, we did get 3,491 research XP and 5,630 dream shards. First up is a level 13 and hasty. Oh, I think that's XP up. Level 13 and hasty Igglybuff. Let's see how we're looking. So we've got honey, double oil. Not the best. I don't know why I'm going slow. Ingredient Finder S to start off with. Helping Speed S, which is good. Ingredient Finder M. This is not looking great. Skill Trigger S is very low and inventory up at. Yeah, this is not good. I'm gonna go ahead and run the calculation anyway, but I already know this is not good. We definitely want more skill triggers. We want skill trigger M for sure, potentially also skill trigger S, and then we also want some skill level ups. This is very bad. Yeah, you can already see. I'm not even going to let it finish. We can already see this is very bad. So this is definitely an Iggly buff going to the professor. This will give us some more candy, and it is another rank on the friendship level. So we're going to go ahead and move on. That one's not good. And then we've got the Swablu, also level 13 and modest. Okay. So let's see. We have egg, and soybean. Then we've got sleep XP bonus. Ooh, let's clear that out. Sleep XP bonus, ingredient finder M. Not good. Where's it at? There we go. Skill trigger. Ooh, well, at least we do have berry finding somewhere. And inventory up S. Not the best. Modest. Yeah, modest is awful. So let's see. That's ingredient finding up, which is down here. I'm gonna go ahead and run this calculation, even though I know it's not gonna be good. It's not at all. It's possibly the worst nature that you can have for a berry specialist. Positively the worst. Yeah, 16. This is really bad, but we already have a really, really good Swablu, and we have another shiny Swablu already. This is actually our second shiny Swablu. So this one is 100% for the collection anyway. 16. That is rough, but hey, it's a shiny, and that's all that matters for this Swablu anyway. Anyway, let's move on. Let's see what else we've got going on today. We have new news, which this one was spoiled for me by Facebook. I was just scrolling through and just went right past that exact picture because people don't know how to hold off a little bit. Anyway, so we also future features and adjustments. I didn't see that. Well, let's go ahead and do the one that I was already spoiled on. Vulpix and Ninetales have been spotted near certain areas. Notice the background is Tau Palo. Maybe this is thanks to the sleep research you've all been conducting. It may be possible to encounter them during sleep research soon. We hope you're looking forward to it. Vulpix and Ninetales details. They start appearing May 6th, so that's what, 2 weeks from now? No, a little over a week, about a week and 3 days. So not long. The fact that we're getting a new fire type and Entei's coming up at the end of May with Raikou having the electric week, I'm thinking maybe May 6th is going to be our fire week and they just haven't announced it yet. Vulpix incense can be used starting from the date and time above. Makes sense. It appears at Greengrass and Tau Palo on snoozing, which snoozing I've been getting quite a lot lately, so maybe we'll get one kind of early. Hopefully a shiny, because Ninetales, that gray shiny, is one of the best in my opinion. It's fantastic. But that's Vulpix and Ninetales. Let's go ahead and move on to the future features and adjustments volume 4. We are currently working on development of the following items. We will announce through the in-game news when dates are set for implementation for these new changes. Features to be implemented in the next update. This is only a partial list. The addition of a new item, fire type candy. These can be exchanged for any fire type Pokemon. Oh, got it. Okay. So like rare candies, handy candies. Gotcha. For some reason I was thinking berries. I messed myself up. Adjustments to allow Pokemon with 100 energy or more to gain a small amount of energy from cooking. Strange, but okay. And then, I mean, I guess that makes sense. Kind of. I don't know. That's a weird one. It's good for us, but I don't know why I'm hung up on it. Features currently under development, preparation of additional Pokemon arrivals, of course, Entei research event, of course, summer events that allow you to get candy of various types. That ought to be interesting. We're starting to get a little too many events though. We don't want to get into event fatigue where everybody's constantly just doing an event and not able to just take it easy. A feature to help you feel closer to Pokemon you've befriended. The more sleep time you've spent together, the better the effects. Ooh, that's interesting. That's possibly the most interesting feature that they've announced so far, that the more you actually spend time sleeping with your Pokemon on your team, the better effect you'll get. That's really interesting. I'm curious what that's going to be. Known issues slated for improvement in the future: features and balance adjustments to help Pokemon sleep beginners progress easily in the game. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm biased because I started very early on, but I feel like it's pretty easy for beginners so far. I don't know, beginners that are watching this video, let me know in the comments if you've really struggled with some things. I'm kind of curious to hear your perspective on it, because obviously I can't give you that perspective. I can't even give myself that perspective. So let me know if you're having any trouble as a beginner in the game. I'm curious. And then a special gift. I like gifts. We are giving each player a gift as a token of our gratitude. You can accept it by tapping the gift box icon in the upper right of the main menu for players who have logged in before June 16th. We're gonna get 10 Poke Biscuits. I like biscuit gifts even better. 1,000 sleep points, 2 medium dream clusters, and 20 small handy candies. Very, very nice. They spoil us with these gifts, honestly. These gifts that they just randomly give have always been good. I don't think I've ever been like, oh man, they didn't give me anything worthwhile. No, they've always been pretty good. We hope this present helps you out and that you'll continue to enjoy sleep research with Snorlax and other Pokemon. We plan to give our next future features and adjustments update in the latter half of 2024. Okay, so we got a little time before we see another one. Very good. All good things. Nothing that has me concerned at all. So very good. Seems like they are, I say it all the time, like they are actually trying to maintain a healthy game. And I am perfectly fine with that. But let's go ahead and collect this gift before I forget. Watch my bag be full. No, it wasn't. All right, good. Very good. Probably those dream shards I used the other day, or dream clusters I used the other day. All right. And then the community reports. We have about 48 of them. Ooh, 45. All right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 that doubled up out of 45. That's exactly 33%. Very nice. No level ups today, but that is all right. Everything's all right, all right, all right. All right, now let's collect from our Pokemon. We have some candy. Not as much oil as I would have liked to see, buddy. Only 2. Yikes, 2 since I collected from you last night before I went to bed. That's a problem. All right, I need you to show up, buddy. Yes, there we go. There we go. Now we've got a good breakfast going. Today's Friday. We got to make sure that we're set up. You are still on the team. Lots of tomatoes. That's what I like to see. And a skill trigger for some more oil. That's also what I wanted to see. Thank you for that. I think I've said it before, but another quality of life thing I want to see them put into the game is whenever you collect a large batch of ingredients, whether it be from an ingredient magnet or from using the helper whistle, that it actually breaks down exactly how much you got of each ingredient rather than showing you these little disparate amounts like 2, 1, 1, 3, 4. You know, show me the exact number, like, oh, in this batch you got, let's say, 20 tomatoes, 10 milk, that kind of thing. I don't like that it's so spread out and bulky, but maybe that's just a me thing. Maybe that's just me. I want to see exactly how much I got without having to go to the bag to see how much I now currently have. But all right, we can, I mean, we could make the slowpoke tail pepper salad, but the fact that we can makes me think I should hold off and only make that as a backup. But good to know that we have what we need to make that as a backup. Let's just not use the herbs because we need those, but we can throw in the cocoa. Let's throw in that cocoa, round out this meal, get a little bit of extra boost from the cocoa strength, and still no extra tasty. Not a single extra tasty all week, but 34,992. Level 33. So this is going very well this week for leveling up the green grass salad. And that, let's see, 34,000, almost 35. That should put us, yeah, definitely in the next rank. So it's Ultra 3, almost halfway to Ultra 4. And that should be, no, that's not even going to guarantee us 8 spawns. I don't think. Let's see. Friday, we need to check up on these missions and see how things are going. 5 Dream Cluster Smalls, very good. Probably not going to get those tickets. 100 candies we can do, and I think we need... No, we don't. Yes, we do. We need to use 259 candies for some diamonds. So I definitely need to do that. Also need to make sure I go to bed on time instead of staying up late streaming. Let's see. We should be able to do most of these. Master 3 is the only one I'm concerned about. Well, giving out 14 biscuits. We may not do that one either. But I'm not really worried about the handy candies that much. We do get quite a lot throughout the weeks anyway, from gifts or community reports and the weekly summary. Yeah, well, I think we'll get Master 1 for the Comfey candies. We can use the candies. I just need to figure out who to use them on. I was kind of hoping we'd catch something that would be worth using them on. You know, a better Bulbasaur or possibly Bellsprout. So far, not so much. Not so much. The only thing I can think is maybe dropping some candies on this guy. Probably going to be very, very beneficial for the Entei research. Yeah, almost certainly going to be very helpful for Entei research. Yeah, and getting it to level 50 for that extra skill trigger M might be worthwhile, but I don't know. That's a big investment, so we'll definitely have to think about that. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. Things are looking pretty good. Master 3 is what I would like to hit, but unless we get some extra tasties. This week has been absolutely atrocious for the extra tasties. We've got the, 4.5, no, the 3 times buff to extra tasties, and then on Sunday 4.5 times buff, and I have yet to get a single one, and that would be a huge boon if I could just get one. Just one would give me an extra like 70,000. So we would actually, if I had gotten one, we'd be at 550,000, almost halfway to Ultra 5 by now, off just one extra tasty. Imagine if we could have gotten 2. But yeah, that's just me kind of ranting and raving, and I think that's where I'm going to leave it. So that's all I've got for today. Thank you for watching the video. Y'all have a wonderful day, and until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 6 here on Lapis Lakeside for the Flower Festival event, and we are going to be starting off with 1,900 sneaky snacking and also 20 diamonds for going to bed on time. That's fantastic. I was not expecting that one. All right, let's go ahead and grab our sleep points. We have another 100, which puts us at 6,867. And for our daily lottery, we have a master biscuit. Would be nice, but I'm pretty sure it's not in the rotation, so I'm just hoping for the impossible there. We did get an energy pillow, which those are actually kind of helpful to get every now and then just to kind of resupply. It's always good to have a few on hand just for when you need them. All right, and let's jump into this sleep report. Hopefully something interesting. I know we've gotten a couple of shinies this week. Another shiny would be fantastic, but I don't think it's going to happen today with how this week has gone already. 9 hours, 15 minutes of sleep. A lot of dozing spikes in there. Interesting. 13% dozing, 44% snoozing, and 43% slumbering. Does look very balanced. It's dozing. Okay. Again, pseudo balanced, so we will skew more towards the dozing, but can get anything. Let's see. Hopefully we'll get about like 52 million, somewhere around there. 53.2 million. Someone told me in the comments yesterday that you need like 71 million to get 8 spawns, so that's probably not going to happen this week, but we did get 7. It looks like a good mix of sleep styles in terms of the starage. Yeah, that's a new one. That is a new one. That's good. And I see a Bulbasaur down there. That is something we want. Mankey again, also something we want, but not a high priority at the moment. 2 Bulbasaurs actually. So we got a lot of stuff I want. We got a Pichu, Chikorita, 2 Bulbasaurs, Cleffa, and a Dragonair. And then of course the top belly Mankey to round it all out. I don't know why I'm getting excited and pushing buttons too quickly. That's what causes the game to crash. I need to chill out. At least causes it to crash on my phone. I don't know if anybody else is having the same issue. That is the final sleep style for Mankey. So Mankey is all done and dusted for now until they finally add the 5-star sleep styles. Who knows when that's going to be? Maybe for the 1-year anniversary we'll get some. All right, who's hungry? Dragonair's hungry. Come on. Oh, come on. 4 of the 7 I wouldn't mind catching. And none of the 4 that I want are hungry, but 2 of them are. I mean, we do have a lot of biscuits now thanks to that gift, so maybe it's time we start getting a little loose with the biscuits. I think Chikorita is the high priority right now, because we do have a good Venusaur. We have a solid Meganium, but we definitely need a better one. We don't have a berry finding Meganium. And we do have Chikorita at level 10 friendship, so we will get a guaranteed gold if we can take it home. We can. It's still hungry. So at least we'll get that. That is the highest priority out of everything that showed up today. I think for the Bulbasaurs, I'm just gonna do just because in my head it makes more sense, but I don't think it actually matters. It's probably just some kind of logical fallacy that I'm operating under, but feeding one Bulbasaur and then feeding the other has, for some reason, a better chance of getting a critical hit, but no, didn't work out that way. I think I'm gonna leave it there. We've seen Bulbasaur a lot this week. And we do have a couple Bulbasaur incense, I believe. So we can force a Bulbasaur spawn if need be. And then that way we'll be able to take it home with a bonus biscuit. But I don't want to spend any more Poke Biscuits than that. We already spent 5 today. 5? 4. Something like that. I don't know. Yeah, 4. Spent 4 biscuits. I don't want to spend any more. This is a hard call. Dragonite, definitely the Dragonite candy. Not even a question. Not Dragonite, Dratini. The Dratini candy. That's the more rare one, and it's a pseudo legendary, so people definitely need as much as they can get. And speaking of as much as we can get, we're gonna get 2,279 research XP and 4,897 dream shards. But all right, let's check and see. Is this the Chikorita of our dreams? It's level 13 and gentle. I feel like we don't see gentle too often. Not berry finding at level 10, but a decent mix of ingredients. Actually, probably the ideal spread of ingredients for a Chikorita, in my opinion. With berry specialists, having a variety of ingredients is nice because then they can just kind of throw in a little bit of random stuff here and there. You're not really putting them on the team for their ingredients necessarily. So it's nice to have a variety. Again, that's my opinion. Ooh, energy recovery bonus. That is helpful, but not what we wanted. Helping speed M. Unfortunately, no berry finding. Ingredient finder S at 50 and skill trigger S at 75. Both useless to me. And skill level up M at level 100. All useless abilities. The only ones that actually help and would be useful for our Chikorita are the top 2. Level 10 and level 25. Because since I typically don't collect inventories from my berry gatherers, those are the only 2 that will actually come into play. And gentle nature is main skill chance up and energy recovery down. So the positives wouldn't actually help me. The negatives would actually hurt me. So yeah, this is not going to go great. It looks like this is not the Chikorita of our dreams. That helping speed at level 25 did give it a decent boost up to 69. So that's pretty nice, but the rest of it is not so great. Only a total PR of 59. Either way, like I said, none of the extra sub skills beyond level 25 are actually helpful. And it's not berry finding, so the fact that it didn't have berry finding means it's definitely going to the professor, but that's more chikorita candy for when we do find the one that we're looking for. So let's go ahead and move on. And let's see what we've got for the rest of the evening, morning. That's the one, I don't know, day, something, who knows? It does look like we have new news. What we got? Of course, the announcement of the fire type week. We kind of figured that was coming. That adorable Charmander and Cyndaquil. All of them are adorable, honestly. And we also have, was this yesterday? No, this is new as well. General notices, maintenance in version 1.60. 1.6.0. Okay, well, let's get that out of the way and we can talk about the more exciting stuff after this. Thank you for playing Pokemon Sleep. In order to update the app's version, maintenance will be conducted during the following time period. Maintenance period, April 29th. 8 p.m. This is my local time, 8 p.m. until 12:30 a.m. So, typical maintenance period, whatever that maintenance period is for you normally. We've got maintenance this Wednesday. That is Wednesday. Let me double check. Oh no, sorry, Monday. I don't know why. I'm used to them doing maintenance on Wednesdays. Anyway, that's this Monday coming up, April 29th. We have maintenance, so be sure to work around that for your dinner or whatever meal that may interfere with for you and your local time. So just be aware that maintenance is coming. Points to be updated. The new features. Oh, here we go. Preparations for new events. For details, please see the announcements. Yep, we got that already. Addition of a new item, fire type candy. Using a fire type candy on a fire type Pokemon, either from your bag's item pocket or from the Pokemon detail screen, will exchange it for that Pokemon's candies. So, works exactly like a handy candy, but only for fire types. Makes sense. Makes me wonder if that's an event item that we're only going to have access to during Fire Week, or if it's going to be a long-term thing and we're going to get other type candies. Yeah, I just said pretty much that. Oh, that is interesting. That's a good thing they point out, that if you use it on a Flareon, you'll get Eevee candy, which does make sense. Flareon uses Eevee candy anyway. That makes sense. Addition of, oh, well, there we go. Addition of other types of candies are scheduled for later updates. Answers my question. Maybe I should just read on. Addition of a new relaxing sound, Waves. That could also be a good one. I did try out the campfire sound, and it is actually a pretty nice one, so maybe Waves will be a good one too. Game content. Partial adjustment to helper Pokemon's energy recovery from cooking. The following change will be made to the energy recovery of helper Pokemon who already have 100 or more energy. Before the change, they got 0. After the change, they will still get +1. So the bare minimum that your Pokemon will ever get from cooking, well, eating a meal is 1. So that's good. At least you get something. I mean, 1 energy, not really that big of a deal. I still feel like it's a very underwhelming feature to get energy from eating a meal, but at least they are trying to change it in some ways. So that's good. I still feel like it needs to be bumped up a little bit. Adjustments to which Pokemon appear in some areas. Oh, you'll be able to encounter the following Pokemon in the listed areas: Vaporeon, Flareon, Bayleaf, Meganium, Quilava, Typhlosion. Okay. Quilava and Typhlosion, Croconaw, Feraligatr, Espeon, Umbreon, and Glaceon, all going to be available at Greengrass Isle moving forward. That's good. And then at Taup Hollow, we're going to have access to Arcanine, Quilava, Typhlosion, and Houndoom. Okay. So I kind of like that they're adding Pokemon to different islands. I also like the idea of them maybe like later in the future moving Pokemon. Okay, this used to spawn at Cyan, but now it's going to spawn at Snowdrop, for example, or vice versa. Kind of moving it around to keep it interesting. But maybe that's just me. But that is good that we are going to now have access to Croconaw, Feraligatr, Quilava, Typhlosion. I don't believe there was any way to encounter them before. And the same with Arcanine and Houndoom. I think the only way to find them was to evolve them. I don't think we ever had access to them in a sleep style, if I remember correctly. So that's good that we are going to finally be able to get access to them. That opens up more sleep styles to help people get through that sleep style dex and unlock the rewards for doing so. So that's good. All good changes. Nothing for me to really complain about other than feeling that the energy from eating a meal is a little underpowered. But other than that, everything's good. So seems like they're trying to make the game better. Always nice to see the devs doing what they can to make the game better. But let's go ahead and move on. So we have the event Fire Type Week, which we expected was coming. It looks like our assumption was correct that May 6th was when it was going to take place, because that's when Vulpix drops. So the Fire Type Week event lasts from 4 a.m. on Monday, May 6th until 3:59 a.m. on Monday, May 13th in all areas. In all areas, that's good. If you'd like to prepare for the Entei research event, during which Fire-type Pokemon will be particularly helpful, we encourage you to befriend lots of Fire-type Pokemon. During this event, you'll be able to meet Pokemon of various sleep types regardless of your own. In particular, Fire-type Pokemon will be more likely to appear. Also during this event, you'll be able to use the mini candy boost function, which we also had during the Electric Week. So that's good, which doubles the effect of Pokemon candies. Great opportunity to raise your Fire-type Pokemon. It was limited in the Electric Week. Let's see if it is here. In addition, one of the Pokemon that visits during sleep research will for sure arrive hungry. I think that was also the case in Electric type, but that one I'm a little fuzzy on my memory. I may be mixing that one up, but I think we also had that then. This applies to only one sleep session per day. This effect applies separately from the hungry effects of Friend Incense and Good Camp Tickets. So that's a good time to use your Good Camp Tickets and Friend Incenses if you want to guarantee a bunch of hungries that show up, because you can get a minimum of 3 every day if you do so. Cool. And the example is exactly what I just said, so never mind. On top of all that, you can get great rewards like Vulpix Incense, which is good, through limited time missions during the event. Definitely going to be trying to catch a Vulpix and see what that's about. At the very least, having a Vulpix or a Ninetales will boost, I'm assuming, will boost Entei's main skill, because I'm assuming it's going to work very similar to Raiko's. How to progress in the event: simply tap the sleep button during the sleep period during the event period. Event bonuses can trigger in any area, so you can go to any island, which is good. I love when the events can take place on multiple islands rather than forcing everyone to Greengrass. That is nice. I would like to see more of the big events like the legendaries doing that later. It'd be nice to go to Taup Hollow, for example, for the Entei research, but we'll see. Maybe that'll happen eventually. The bonuses are on all days. During sleep research, one Pokemon will for sure be hungry. A few Pokemon of different sleep types will appear. So pseudo-balanced sleep type again, and then certain Pokemon will be more likely to appear. We'll get into those later. Pokemon that are, oh, here we go, never mind. Pokemon that are easier to encounter during the event. The following Pokemon are more likely to appear. The greater appearance rate, looks like that's all there is Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Vulpix, Ninetales, Growlithe, Arcanine, Flareon, Cyndaquil, Quilava, and Typhlosion. Very good. The greater appearance rate for these Pokemon applies only to the separate areas where each Pokemon appears, which I believe they do all appear on Greengrass, but I think now they also all can appear. Maybe Vulpix and Ninetales. I forget where they spawn. I'll have to check here in a minute. But maybe Vulpix and Ninetales also show up at Taup Hollow. So that may be a time to work on Taup Hollow if you've got it at a decent island bonus. Could be a good time to go there and try to narrow that spawn pool just to have a higher likelihood of getting the fire types. Let's see. Never mind, they tell me right here they do spawn at Taup Hollow, so it looks like the entire list does spawn at Taup Hollow. Yeah, the entire list is at Taup Hollow. Arcanine is not at Greengrass. That's the only difference between Greengrass and Taup Hollow, is that you can't find Arcanine, it looks like. Yes. And then Growlithe also shows up at Cyan Beach, so if all you want is a Growlithe, you're not worried about Vulpix, go to Cyan Beach, and higher likelihood of Growlithe, I guess, but I don't expect anybody's going to be going to Cyan Beach. If you are, let me know. I'm genuinely curious about that. The mini candy boost is the same as before. It doubles the effect of the candy, but you use more dream shards, 4 times the usual amount of dream shards, and you can only do it 50 times per day. So that is a good function. It's nice to just boost up a couple of Pokemon. It's not like the full candy boost where we can do it on every Pokemon that we want. So that is good. I don't like the cost of it though. 4 times the dream shards, there we go again, is still kind of steep in my opinion. Each day of the Fire Week rolls over at 4 a.m. Just as always, the notes about the event. all are the same as before. I don't see anything that's different. So yeah, we are not going to go through all that. It's all the same stuff that we always have in every event. Please note, this is the one I'm going to read out. Please note that none of the Pokemon with the greater appearance rate will appear in Snowdrop or Lapis. So while you can get all of the other effects at Snowdrop or Lapis, you won't see any of the fire types for the event on those islands. So unless you just really don't care about Vulpix and you have all your fire types, then, you know, I wouldn't go to Snowdrop or Lapis. That just seems counterintuitive. But let's go ahead and move on. We've got 46 community reports with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 that doubled up. Very nice. No level ups today. And then, come on, there we go. I've already got a main skill trigger from Flareon on the pot, so I don't need to worry about it. You gave me 10, that's good. Skill trigger there. We are starting to run low on a lot of the ingredients for the, what are we making? I forget what it's even called. Man, I just drew a total blank. Skill trigger on you is very good to start off with. I cannot think of it. What is it called? Green grass salad. Yeah, we see we don't even have enough oil to make it. But that's exactly why we have the slowpoke tail pepper salad as a backup. I'm going to save those mushrooms because we do have a salad that we haven't made yet that I want to make. Actually, hold on. That may be worth making right now. Nope, don't have enough. I thought I needed 10. I need 12 mushrooms. Never mind. So let's see. Let's throw in all this sausage. This is unfortunately going to use some more oil, but I think we have a fix for that here in just a second. 24 corn. We didn't get as much from Dragonair as I was hoping I would overnight, but we are definitely going to have to swap in the other Toxicroak to get that oil back up. An extra tasty would be nice. Finally, first extra tasty of the week. And that's going to be, it seemed very low. It seemed like it was only a double. Aren't we supposed to have triple throughout the entire week and then 4.5 times extra tasty? It seemed extremely low. Maybe I'm just doing some bad math in my head, but I feel like that should have been closer to 75,000. I really wish I would have paid attention to everything in that now. Maybe, That was actually very disappointing. I am kind of upset now. Just a little bit. That seemed extremely low. Let me go back and check. I thought for sure that we had triple extra tasties for the entire week, right? Let's see, we've had a lot of news since Flower Festival. There we go, Flower Festival. Let's see. Yeah. The multiplier for extra tasty dishes will be different depending on the day. On every other day that's not Sunday, it will give 3 times as much. So even on the base of the tail pepper salad, that should have been, yeah, that should have been like at least 60. But I really feel like that should have been close to 75,000. Unless I am just grossly misunderstanding how the calculation for extra tasty is done. I thought the extra tasty multiplied the final result. So I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into this. I thought Extra Tasty multiplied the final result, and I'm pretty sure it said like 27,000 before it got multiplied. So that should have been around 75,000, 80,000. But again, maybe I am just completely misunderstanding how the Extra Tasty is calculated. Oh, we didn't even collect the corn from you. No wonder it looked like we had so little corn. Let's see. The last couple things I want to do, I want to click on you. There we go. I'm glad I waited. Now we have extra 10 for the next meal. Perfect. We are going to swap out. We need some oil desperately, especially for tomorrow. How do I want to play this? Actually, first things first, we need to go see how many tomatoes we have. We need to see how many tomatoes we have. That's going to be the deciding factor. 49. We actually have quite a lot. That is enough for... It's 14 for each cook. It's 28, 56. We only need a handful more. Victory Bell could probably cover that. We have enough potatoes also. But potatoes are good to stock up for the next week. So I think I'll leave Victory Bell on the team to continue to stock up potatoes and tomatoes, especially since it can boost its own production. Actually, no, Victory Bell's not even on the team right now, are you? Edit the team. No, you are not. But we're gonna swap Venusaur out for Victory Bell. V for Victory. No, not for you. There we go. And then, you know what, to start you off right, speaking of energy pillows and how useful they are when you need them, we're gonna go ahead and drop one on Victory Bell. Hopefully that will give us a skill trigger pretty early on. And then you're not really helping much with the corn situation. So we definitely need some oil production. Where you at, bud? There you are. Thought about putting him on the team last night, but trying to avoid XP if possible, just to keep him from hitting level 30 and getting that ingredient pool diluted with the sausage. And then I think we're good for now. Might have to switch later on. Yeah, I think we're good for right now. Probably gonna have to switch later on to get more corn, bring that Dragonair back in to try to just max out as much as we can with the corn. But for now, we're just gonna have to wait and see how things go. Or I do something wild and crazy and I actually put Dragonair back on the team for the corn. Just to see how things go. Which is unfortunate. It did have a skill trigger, and I think because I put it in the box, it's back at 100% energy. Either that or it was exactly enough to put me at 100. Yeah, I think we're going to put Dragonair back on the team. And we're just going to hope that we get enough corn from Dragonair. If I end up with enough oil by the end of the day, then we could swap Beware back in. But for now, let's see how we're looking. All right, so we've got potatoes. We have 36. Let's see, oil. We don't have much. We have 3 oil. Yikes-a-roni. And 29 corn with 49 tomatoes. Okay, so we're only doing good on potatoes and tomatoes, which makes sense. They don't take much. But for oil, we need like 88 of them. Jeez, yeah. That's going to be fun. We're probably going to have both Toxicroaks on the team yesterday? Today and tomorrow. Definitely should have had them on the team yesterday, I suppose. But definitely today and tomorrow. Dragonair and Beware are definitely going to have to come in. Actually, I didn't even think about it. We could drop Flareon from the team as well. Yeah, yep, let's do that. Let's drop Flareon from the team because we don't need the pot space trigger. Since Sundays boost our pot space anyway, so we don't need it to make the salad. Made a lot of circular changes today, but hopefully it'll pay off. Haven't had a berry specialist on the team yesterday. Yeah, I swapped him out yesterday, so it's gonna be interesting to see how things go. Really going all in on this green grass salad for this experiment we're running, but we're gonna see how it works out. Let's go ahead and collect our mission rewards. Get Snorlax to Master 1. We're so close. We actually might end up getting the ingredient tickets. That's funny. That's funny. Get Snorlax to Ultra 4 for a small dream cluster. Yeah, we're putting all our hopes and dreams to get to Master 3 on cooking tomorrow, and I don't know if that's a good idea, but it's an interesting experiment nonetheless, so we're gonna see how it goes. We need, what, 250,000? Yeah, 250,000 to get there. It's not looking good, but we're gonna try. But that said, that is all I have got for today. Thank you for watching the video. Y'all have a wonderful day, and until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 7 here on Lapis Lakeside, the final day of the Flower Festival event. We do have one more sleep research for the event tomorrow morning, but for now, we're gonna start off with 3,279 sneaky snacking. And we're going to grab 100 sleep points, which puts us at 6,967. Very nice. And then for our daily lottery, let's see if we can get something really nice. 100 diamonds. No, small dream cluster. Not the greatest, not the worst. Definitely could have gotten something better out of that, but we're not going to complain about free stuff, especially daily free stuff. Daily free stuff is nice. But let's jump into this sleep report and hopefully find something interesting. I thought about something this morning before I sat down to record that outside of the incense, we have not seen a Comfey at all. So, or have we? I don't know. Now I'm second guessing myself. Anyway, 13% dozing, 56% snoozing, and 31% slumbering gives us a snoozing type sleep. Pseudo balance, so it will skew to the snoozing, but we'll see other stuff. But yeah, I don't remember if we have seen a Comfey outside of the incense. I'm pretty sure we've only seen the one. And so it kind of makes you wonder what's up with that. But we do have a lot of interesting sleep styles, it looks like. Maybe we'll get something that we actually want. I'm honestly not too broken up about not seeing a Comfey because I don't, outside of the Dex entry, I don't care. So it just is what it is. There are only 6 that we had already. So we've got Jigglypuff, Eevee, Swablu, Ivysaur, Mankey, and Pikachu. So we do have something new. What is that gonna be? Not over here. Ooh, a new Curlia. Okay. Dancing Sleep. All right, so we've got the 3-star dancing sleep that leaves 2 and the 4-star sleep styles on Curlia. And let's see, what else do we have here? Who's hungry? Pikachu's hungry. Jigglypuff's hungry. I mean, we could just feed the Pikachu and take it home. Kind of think we should. We could definitely still use a better Raichu. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna feed the Pikachu, and we're gonna take that home with us, and hopefully we get something good. We do have a solid Raichu, which was the very first Pikachu I got at the beginning of the game. It's pretty decent, but we could definitely use a better one. And I think, I need to feed 2 more biscuits to get that mission done, but I don't think I really am bothered by it. Nah, we'll hold on to the biscuits. We'll just take our Pikachu and run. Ooh, yeah, good question. Probably the Ralts candy, actually. Yeah, we'll send out the Ralts candy, try to help everybody get a good healer on their team. Since apparently Gardevoir is the queen or king, I don't know what we would call it, of healing currently. So we'll definitely try to help out there. We did get 2,932 research XP and 6,617 dream shards. And a brand new Pikachu that is level 17 in Hasty. Okay, Hasty's not great, but level 17 is pretty good. That's a pretty good start. 0 evolution count. We have apples, ginger, and eggs. Not too bad. Ingredients don't really matter for Pikachu, honestly. Inventory up S to start with, which is irrelevant. Where's it at? There it is. Dream Shard bonus, don't care. Skill level up M, also don't care. Helping speed S is the first one I actually care about, and it's level 75. Berry finding all the way at level 100. So that's pretty bad. Hasty is not going to help all that much. It will help us get to level 100 faster, but ultimately, not great. Not great. Let's see. Level 60, I'm going to guess probably about 40. I don't know why I like to 0. What? What? Why? Why 0? Hold on. Let's see. Let's break this down. Oh, it's even worse? How's that possible? How is Hasty worse than Speed of Help down? That makes no sense to me. I can understand it being worse than just neutral nature and no sub skills, but how is a hasty nature? Oh, energy recovery down. Ah. I mean, maybe the math works out so that the energy you don't get from the hasty nature makes it so you actually get less production throughout the day versus speed of help down. Maybe that's the case. Interesting. Maybe that's new information that we have learned. Well, that the community has learned. And now we know hasty is even worse, but this is supposed to be the worst case scenario, bold and timid. Like this little thumbs down in this red section is supposed to be worst case scenario. Let's see, worst case scenario here. Yeah, mine's hasty. So worst case scenario here is all speed of help down with Dream Shard bonus, energy recovery, XP up. Yeah, all inventory up S, which we do have, but that's bold with speed of help down. Same, speed of help down. Yeah, it's all speed of help down is actually worse. Interesting, but I guess, like I said, I guess the math works out that the energy you don't recover from the hasty nature actually gives you just slightly less production than speed of help down. That's wild. I didn't know that. Well, this was a very shocking discovery. I don't even know. Wow. Okay, so apparently the whole Pikachu line hates me. It was Pichu last time. We had what, like 3 Pichus in a row that were all sub 10 PR, and then now Pikachu's doing the same. Apparently the Pikachu line does not like me, so maybe we're done. Maybe we're done catching Pikachu for a very long time. But anyway, let's move on. That one threw me off, and I had to take a minute to focus on that for a second and try to figure it out. So yeah. Okay, let's just move on. Oh man. Anyway, we should have no new news. We've had a lot lately. Correct, no new news. We do have some community reports, probably about 45 of them. 43. I'm just not winning any of these guesses today. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 that doubled up. Very nice. Exactly. Well, not exactly. I said 45. Little over 33%. So very, very nice. Good to see it. No level ups today. All right, let's get into collecting our resources and get into the bulk of today. Hopefully we have plenty of ingredients. It looks like we got a ton of oil right there. That may be all the oil that I need for the rest of the day, honestly. Corn, not looking so hot. Dragonberries do help. Kinda want to see how much the dragonberries are doing, or how much strength they're giving him. Still not as much corn as I would have liked to have seen. Come on. He still isn't eating the dragonberries yet. Let's grab that candy. Come on, start eating the dragonberry. All right, next up. 90. Okay, not that much. Not that much. All right, so we're gonna make the green grass salad. We do have a 30% chance for it to go extra tasty right now. We also have cheese. We have a huge pot space. Okay, so let's use these. Let's use these. And you know what? Let's clear out some of this sausage. One thing I've learned over the last few weeks is that we will never want for sausage again. All right, so this should hopefully, please go extra tasty. I really need it. Of course not. Of course not, but it is still 45,826. Very good. Very, very good return on investment there. I'm pretty sure that means that we are definitely not getting Master 3 this week. All right, but that did put us into Master 1 at least. Okay, Master 1. I think that's the first time we've made it to Master 1 here on Tau Paulo. I'm pretty sure it is, because now I see something in that little icon on the main menu telling me that I have a new medal, I'm sure. Skill trigger from Victory Bell, very good. Yep, new medal. Master 1 at Lapis Lakeside has been reached for 10 diamonds. Very nice. I kind of wish it was more than 10 diamonds, simply because it felt like it was so much effort to get to Master 1, but if I would have come to Tau Paulo when I was actually ready, I would have gotten Master 1 a lot faster. So it's kind of my own fault, but it is what it is. All right, there's our 30 Comfort candy. And I think that's all we've got there. I do want to check, make sure that we have enough of some of these ingredients. Oh no, we don't have enough oil. We only have 26. Only 26 oil. 42 potatoes. We definitely have enough of those. 31 tomatoes. I think that's still enough. Yep, that is enough. And then corn, 26. That is not enough. But we don't need much more. We only need, what is that? 8 more? So it's not bad for lunch and dinner. Also, what is this at? Level 35 now? No, it was 36, I think. I'll check that. I'll check that later. I think it was 36. So that's not looking too bad. We are good on tomatoes and potatoes. We don't need to worry about those. So I think what we can do, let's see, who's on the team right now? Yeah, we only need 8 more oil. I think what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna take this guy off of the team for now, and I'm gonna replace him with, where are you at? Where are you? There you are. I'm gonna swap this guy in. Or actually, hold on. Does this helping bonus? Ah, no, not helping bonus yet. Yeah, we're gonna swap this guy in. And then for corn, we only need 8. I'm gonna swap this one out too for now. And we're gonna put you on the team. And then I'm gonna let them run and just collect berries all day. It may only give me, I think at best, like another 30,000 each, I think is about what they'll bring in today. But yeah, I'm just gonna let them run and we're gonna see what happens. Maybe that extra boost from the berries will be exactly what we need to get to Master 3. I'm trying to get to Master 3, but it's also going to depend on how lunch goes. If we don't get an extra tasty for lunch, I think we're for sure not getting it. So let's see, we had, what was it, 45,000 just now from that cook. So times 3 would be, what is that, 90, 135,000. We're at 705 right now. Actually, an extra tasty would pretty much guarantee Master 3. 135,000, yeah, that would put me at 840. If I've done my math right, which it's possible I did it wrong. I am very tired right now. If I did my math right, an extra tasty would put me just shy of Master 3. So Master 3 might actually be possible. It's looking very possible. It just depends on if we get an extra tasty. And honestly, if all we need is 1 extra tasty to make it happen, then I think even if lunch doesn't go extra tasty, we go ahead and make dinner anyway. Just to try to see if it does. And if, yeah, if lunch does go extra tasty and we're going to hit Master 3, then I'm not going to make dinner and I'm going to save the ingredients. But last thing before we go, let's go ahead and switch over to production comparison, get an idea of what that primate. I like this new layout, side to side. That's really nice. Very, very nice. Primate, I believe it's level 23 anyway, so let's bump that up. And let's get Meganium in here. There you are. Ooh, I was way off. Way off, maybe. Hold on, Lapis. Oh, Lapis does a lot. Lapis gives me a lot. Let's, I'm not gonna collect. Boom. Okay. I was still way off. I said 30,000 each, but it looks like only 30,000 total. I don't know where I got 30,000 each from. I'm gonna chalk that up to being very sleepy. So, yeah, don't listen to Sleepy Lambo. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Should be, I'm gonna say realistically, probably about 14,000 instead, maybe 13,000 each, since we're already partially into the day. So probably gonna guess around 25,000. We'll just call it 25,000 just to make it an easy number to remember. Probably gonna get about 25,000 from the 2 of them over the course of today. Nobody has helping bonus on my team. So that's not gonna help. But if we get to a point, like once I get the 8 corn I need, I'll swap in another berry specialist, probably the other primate. If I get the oil that I need, swap in another berry specialist. And yeah, probably gonna play that game and just kind of swap the team around as needed once we get what we need to try to hit Master 3. I really want to hit Master 3 because I really want that incense. Really want that Dratini incense. And I just want to finally get to Master 3 at Lapis. Why not? You know, we're doing all right here. We can make it happen. It'll work. It can work and it will work. But anyway, that's all I have got for today. Thank you for watching the video. Y'all have a wonderful day. And until next time, later, dudes.